Recently, in regards to the future of DC Studios and the DCU, and why he decided to reboot the entire universe, James Gunn clarified a couple things, how it relates to Peter Safran's decision, to what he was doing, and what this means for the future of the brand. So if you've been in a coma and just now woke up and are trying to figure out what's happened with Henry Cavill's Man of Steel 2, well, the guy who directed the Guardians of the Galaxy, which ended up being more mainstream and more popular than Superman, turns out that he ascended so far up in the ranks that he is now in charge of all of DC Studios and DC's live action output. And everything goes through him and Peter Safran, the guy that was executive producing a couple of low-budget DC films. So things have changed. So recently, James Gunn was asked about his work with Peter Safran and why he decided to take on the DCU and reboot it, and why is he doing it after directing films in the DCEU. And well, he said that it was never his decision and choice up until Peter Safran came up to him and pitched him his idea for a clean-cut reboot because what Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and them were doing wasn't going to work. And then during the conversation, James Gunn realized that he could focus on the creative end while Peter does the other stuff, and the two would make a good team. So once the conversation got going, when they were trying to figure out what to do with Superman, once they realized, well, you're already working on a Superman reboot, that's clearly going to include other elements of the DC universe because you don't want it to be a standalone thing in its own universe again. Why don't we just pivot? And since what they're doing with Black Adam and all these characters is clearly going to bomb, well, what if we just make this a reboot point? And then once everything bombed, the decision was made to just full force cancel everything, stop everything, and shift all focus onto DC Studios' DC Universe reboot. And well, that's it. That's more or less what we got here. And nothing bad to say. Everything here sounds exactly how it went and what we learned, including when James Gunn was first approached about this, which is way back at this point 3.5 years ago almost. So it's been a long, wild ride, but the first project will be with us next year, and we'll be talking about it around this time.